The jobs to be done theory is such a helpful framework for using design to better create a student experience that students will be engaged to show up and consume. How do you actually apply that theory, though, when it comes to the nuts and bolts of creating a school? Well, one thing that's important to recognize is that there are three levels in the architecture of what we're calling here a job, meaning the type of progress that a student is trying to make. So let's go back to the milkshake example. There's three levels in the architecture of the job that customers are trying to do in their lives when they purchase a milkshake at 7 in the morning. The first level of designing based on their job to be done is to name their specific job to be done. So we've already done that. We've said those early morning commuters, their job to be done is to endure an early commute and to get rid of some of the boredom that would typically accompany that long drive in the morning. But then it's important to recognize the second level after you get off that ground level. And that is to identify what are the experiences that we need to provide to get the job done perfectly. So the fast food chain might say, well, we need our customers to have a really thick milkshake so that it takes a long time for them to drink it. And we need to surprise them with candy in the milkshake every now and then so that it's more interesting for them. And we need them to feel like it's really quick for them to buy their milkshake so they can get on the road and go and get to work. So those are all the types of experiences that they might want their customer to have to really feel like so their customer feels like they're just nailing the job by going to that particular fast food chain to buy their milkshake. And then the third level in the architecture of the job is to ask, how must we integrate to provide these experiences? So that's when the fast food chain says, well, we need to procure different ingredients to make the milkshake thicker and to put candy in it. We need to rearrange our retail space so that customers can run in and grab and go their milkshake from the front counter right away, and whatever other changes they want to make so that from their supply chain to their marketing to their all of the different aspects of how they train their fast food personnel, they're integrating to be able to provide that milkshake experience just perfectly for those early morning customers. A similar idea is at play when we think about designing around the jobs to be done for students. So we've identified that two of the jobs that most students want to get done in their lives are to feel like they're successful and making progress every day and to have fun with friends. They really want to show up at school and feel like they have people there that are glad to see them. So how could teachers leverage those insights to then design for the whole job to be done? Then let's turn to that second level in the architecture of a job. One important step is for teachers to think about what are the experiences that we need to provide in order to get the job done perfectly. So for example, perhaps teachers think, well, for the job of students feeling successful and like they're making progress every day, perhaps the classroom needs to give students a way to transparently see their progress so they know where they've come and where they're going, and they can see how many points they're accruing or lessons they're completing. Maybe we need to allow them to have a mentor so that they get rapid feedback. Maybe the teacher needs to be able to shift the role so that the teacher has more time for frequent actionable feedback so that student feels like they're really making progress and can see it and hears it from the teacher. For the job to be done of having fun with friends, perhaps there need to be more projects and collaborative activities that allow students to work together. Maybe those projects need to be structured better so that there are clear rules of the game and structures to divvy up the tasks so that the students learn how to collaborate in a positive, happy way. Perhaps there need to be more engaging group discussions to connect the community. Perhaps the teacher needs to spend more time one-on-one with students to make sure that the student feels the warmth of relationship from the teacher. Those are all different experiences of many experiences that a school could brainstorm relative to that second layer of what experiences would we need to provide to help students feel like they were nailing their job to be done by attending this school. And then the top layer of the pyramid is how do we integrate to provide these experiences. So in that case, it's a matter of looking at your learning management system. Does it allow students to see their progress? What other experiences are you planning? And then what needs to change operationally in terms of your curriculum, your staffing, your budget, your facility, all of those questions, your virtual environment, in order to help students feel like they're actually experiencing those designs that you've carved out for them. In other schools, the student experiences might be very different. depending on individual needs. So in some schools, students might not get enough physical activity. And so for them, in order to unlock their learning for the day, some sort of physical activity in the morning could be crucial. Other students are dealing with trauma and things that also might prevent them from making progress. So it's important to design for the student experience based on your student's individual circumstances. And then think about that top level. How do you integrate your operations to deliver that variety of experiences successfully? As you do that, your school and your classroom will transform into the kind of environment where students feel like they can show up and really achieve what they want to in their lives. They'll feel like they're making the kind of progress that they want to feel, and they will hire your classroom as a place that they want to, they'll hire your classroom in order to continue making that kind of progress.